Mr. Amit Kamath, Chairman, Federation of Freight Forwarders Associations in India. Mr. Dushyant Mulani, immediate past Chairman, Federation of Freight Forwarders Association in India. Mr. Natarajan, Chairman-elect, FFFAI. Mr. Harish Das, President, Odisha Custom Brokers Association. Mr. Sudeep Dey, Honorary Secretary, FFFAI. Mr. Sachidananda Patnaik, Advisor, Odisha Customs Brokers Association. Distinguished participants, guests, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me immense pleasure to be present at the inaugural session of the 6th Executive Committee meeting of the Federation of Freight Forwarders Associations in India, being held here in the sacred city of Puri and hosted by the Odisha Customs Brokers Association. On this occasion, I congratulate the Federation of Freight Forwarders Associations in India for its remarkable contribution to the nation's trade and logistics ecosystem. Over the decades, FFFAI has emerged as the apex body representing customs brokers and freight forwarders across India. Today, it represents thousands of professionals and enterprises that facilitate the movement of goods, support international trade, and contribute significantly to the country's economic progress. The role of freight forwarders and customs brokers often remains behind the scenes, yet it is central to nation building. They are the silent enablers of commerce. They ensure that exports reach global markets efficiently and imports arrive seamlessly to support industries and consumers. Their expertise in customs, compliance, documentation, logistics management, multimodal transportation, and trade facilitation keeps the wheels of the economy moving smoothly. At a time when India is aspiring to become a $5 trillion economy and a global manufacturing hub, the contribution of organizations like FFFAI becomes even more important. I am happy to note that FFFAI has also taken commendable initiatives in skill development, digitalization, women empowerment, and youth participation in the logistics sector. Friends, the global trade environment today is passing through a challenging phase. Geopolitical tensions, supply chain disruptions, rising freight costs, war risk surcharges, container shortages, and uncertainty in international shipping routes have affected global commerce. These challenges demand resilience, innovation, and coordinated action from governments and industry alike. I am pleased that the Government of India has taken several proactive measures to strengthen the logistics sector. I think you are aware that the Ministry of Commerce and Industry has opened up a separate department on logistics and it identified the cost of logistics in India is very high compared to many other countries. The emphasis of the government of India today is how the logistics cost can be reduced so that our goods will be internationally competitive. The National Logistics Policy, PM Gati Shakti Initiative, promotion of paperless trade, digital customs processes, and development of alternative trade corridors such as the International North-South Transport Corridor are important steps in improving efficiency and reducing logistics costs. The emphasis on technology-driven solutions, blockchain-based documentation, infrastructure modernization, and ease of doing business reflects India's determination to emerge as a trusted global trade partner. FFFAI has also played an important collaborative role in many of these reforms. Odisha today stands at the threshold of unprecedented economic opportunity. Blessed with a long coastline, major ports, mineral wealth, industrial corridors, and growing infrastructure, Odisha is steadily emerging as a major logistics and maritime hub of eastern India. Paradip Port, Dhamra Port, Gopalpur Port, expanding rail and road connectivity, and industrial growth in sectors such as steel, mining, petrochemicals, seafood, and renewable energy have created immense opportunities for freight forwarding and supply chain industries. The state government's focus on industrial development, port-led growth, and investment promotion has strengthened Odisha's position in India's export landscape. With increasing global trade engagement, Odisha can become a gateway to Southeast Asia and the Indo-Pacific region. I am confident that associations like FFFAI and the Odisha Customs Brokers Association will continue to contribute meaningfully to this transformation. Ladies and gentlemen, the future belongs to nations that can combine infrastructure with efficiency, technology with trust, and growth with sustainability. India's logistics sector is not merely about transportation of goods. It is about connecting aspirations, empowering businesses, creating employment, and strengthening national prosperity. At this juncture, I would like to give a piece of advice to all the organizations which are present here. I wish to bring to your notice about the appeal of Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji with reference to conserve petroleum products and also postponing the buying of gold at least by 1 year, reducing the usage of 10% oil in everybody's kitchen, postponing the unnecessary travel to abroad, and other things. So many suggestions he has given. But I would like to appeal to you. The major burden on Indian economy is the import of crude oil into the country to the extent of about 22 lakh crores. unless India minimizes its dependence on crude, Indian economy cannot be stronger. Therefore, what we have to do? He advised everybody to shift from petrol and diesel vehicles to electric vehicles. If an assistant in your office is having a petrol two-wheeler, how we can motivate him to shift to electric vehicle? If somebody is having four-wheeler, he can also be motivated to shift to four-wheelers. Many people raise the question, when we transform all the vehicles into electrical vehicles, where from the power comes? Where is the power? I think recently we got a maximum demand in the summer to the extent of 265 gigawatts. Now the government is struggling how to balance the grid with the rising demand in summer. The power is also one of the important components. The power which we require can be generated by ourselves. We need not depend on the government. That is why everybody will be encouraged, motivated to set up rooftop solar on their houses or offices and generate the power at least to the fraction of what you consume. As you are all aware, for the domestic houses, government is encouraging by providing the subsidy. For 3 kilowatt system, you are getting from Government of India is giving 78,000 rupees. Of course, those people who are in Odisha, the state government of Odisha is giving additional subsidy of 60,000 rupees for 3 kilowatt system. That means the total subsidy for 3 kilowatt system given by Government of India and Government of Odisha put together is about 1,38,000. I think if you bargain properly, you will get 3 kilowatt system less than 1,38,000. That means 100% subsidy you are being provided for getting this 3 kilowatt solar power system. I don't know how many of you have already installed the rooftop solar on your houses. This subsidy is only for domestic units. Offices and all that, we have to invest our money to generate power. In Lokbhavan, Odisha, immediately after I took charge in Odisha Lokbhavan, I converted all vehicles in the governor's carcade are being shifted from petrol and diesel to electric vehicles about 1 year ago. I have established about 500 kilowatts solar power, rooftop solar power in Lokbhavan. Therefore, I need not pay any money to the discoms for my power usage. Whatever the power I am consuming, I am generating. That should be our motto, and all of you, I think you can also follow the same model. Today, people should have some incentive to do something. Without incentive, nobody is doing anything. Therefore, I appeal to our employees in Lokbhavan. Whoever is going to shift their vehicles from petrol or diesel to electric vehicle, they are welcome to charge their vehicles at free of cost in Lokbhavan. That means making their total transportation cost zero. I wish that you also motivate your employees in your organizations to convert their vehicles into electric vehicles. Please install rooftop solar in your office to the maximum extent that is possible. You are generating solar power and you are offering that facility. Please offer that incentive as we are offering in Lok Bhavan to your own employees in your office to get conversion of their vehicles into electric vehicles, at least for 1 year. You consider to give that concession to charge their vehicles in your office free of cost, at least for 1 year from the date of their acquisition. That may be motivating them to convert their vehicles into electric vehicles. Government of India is taking a lot of steps. Today we have reached 20% of ethanol blending into petrol. Now government is thinking of how we can blend this to E22, E23, E27 and E30. And our Transport Minister Nitin Gadkari was talking about flex fuel vehicles. I read in the newspapers recently that Tata and other companies are contemplating to manufacture flex fuel vehicles. That means 100% ethanol run vehicles. Government is taking some steps how to reduce the crude import. But on our own, we also should take some steps to see that the crude utilization is minimum in the country. When I am talking about logistics, I think I know that you are using big transportation trucks. I hope that transportation trucks also will be electric in the near future. I wish that you will also consider to acquire those trucks, electric trucks, to use for your purposes and reduce your costs. You see, for a Innova, if you have to travel, 1 kilometer, you have to spend 10 rupees. If it is an electric vehicle, even if you pay for electrical charges, the cost is only 1 rupee 50 paise. Your cost is coming down. Economically also, it is wise to shift from petrol to electric vehicles. The other suggestions are always there. It is up to every individual to think and consider how we can implement them. He advised the emergency is there, you can travel abroad. But if it is not emergency, you postpone your travel. Similarly, in gold also, he advised to postpone the purchases only for 1 year, not at all for the entire life. It is only for 1 year. Therefore, these are the simple suggestions we can implement to safeguard the economy of the country, because you are one of the important stakeholders of the economy of the country. I am giving these suggestions to you. I urge all stakeholders gathered here to continue working with dedication, professionalism, and a spirit of partnership. Let this meeting in the holy city of Puri become a platform for new ideas, stronger collaboration, and a renewed commitment towards building a globally competitive and resilient logistics ecosystem for India. With these words, I extend my best wishes for the grand success of the 6th Executive Committee meeting of FFFAI. Thank you. Vande Utkala Janani. Jai Hind.
Thank you. Very many examples.